What's up, guys? Back with a Warframe video here, and today's video I just want to talk about the Tiburon Prime. Very underappreciated and overlooked weapon in my opinion. It's not very meta, it's not an AoE weapon or anything. It's a single target weapon, MR 13 or 14, and it carried me throughout pretty much all of my Warframe experience. I used it for a long time. It carried me pretty much into the mid game, which could be up for debate, but it's a fantastic weapon. I wanted to show a little more light on it so people can use it who are struggling to get some damage and power out there. So yeah, it's a great weapon. I put a lot of hours on it and pretty much just had the parts for it one day, so I built it. So this is the normal fire, is burst fire. It's a 3-round burst. It has 3 select fires, so you can switch between semi, auto, and burst, each having their own respective stats and effects. Here I just demonstrated what each one looks like, and it's unmodded against the level 105 heavy gunner because that's the highest I can get them because of my MR. So this is what mine looks like. I've only formatted it 3 times. Which is not very much. I have a very incomplete build, and as you could see, not all my mods are maxed. But here we go. Accuracy doesn't really matter, but we have a pretty high crit chance at 28%, 3.0 crit multiplier, which is pretty good. You can see the fire rate, the magazine, alarming obviously, and the reload. It's a bit hefty because 42 bullets isn't a lot. So the Riven Dispose 3 out of 5, which is pretty good. It's okay. You get some good stats. 20% status chance, and that's the trigger. So that's all for burst fire. You can see the IPS. It stays the same throughout all of them, so there's nothing much there. For semi, the critical stats are going to be a bit higher. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. For the semi trigger, I don't know why I'm going back to puncture. Yeah. So for the semi-auto, you could see that the crit chance is 30% instead of 28, and the crit multiplier is 3.4, which is a lot higher, and the 18% status chance because the status chance is a bit lower. For automatic, you're looking at lower crit numbers, and you're going to be looking at a higher fire rate than the auto. The semi-auto, faster than you can click, but the status will be at 32%. I don't know how to fucking commentate. So this is the current build that I use with the Riven. It's a plus damage, crit damage, and recoil. And I have a galvanized mod on there. Config C. So pretty much your 4 mods that are must-have are going to be Serration, Split Chamber, Point Strike, and Vital Sense. This is pretty much just damage, multi-shot, and crit. I think this is a must-have on pretty much any assault rifle. Most assault rifles, I would say. For someone new to the game who doesn't have much mods, and those are pretty easy mods to obtain, so you don't have to worry about it. As for the elemental combination to add after that, I prefer corrosive. I like more raw damage output. I don't like going viral slash that much. It's just not my type of play style. A couple other things besides multi-shot, you could probably add more damage with heavy caliber. Right there, yep, 120% damage. It does take away some accuracy though from the weapon. I think I'm gonna demonstrate it right here. So that's the burst fire. The spread is a lot bigger and more wild. That's the semi-auto. You could see it's a bit more crazy, and the automatic is just a clusterfuck of bullets. So I don't really use heavy caliber. Not on this weapon, at least. Other than that, you could probably just add. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know what you would add. So I'm just gonna demonstrate with just these mods alone. The type of damage you can get. So you can see through a 105 heavy gunner. I mean, it doesn't take more than half a mag to kill it. This is with semi-auto. You can see the crit does hurt a little more, and then full auto you can get more procs, so because that increased status chance. So I know it's not much, but with my bad building and empty slots there where you can put whatever you'd like for a cheapo build, you could see that it does bring out a lot of power and shows you a glimpse of its full potential. So even with my pretty bad building, not fully built for mud or not even fully maxed mods, that you could definitely get some power out of it already. There I slapped on vigilante armaments, sorry, goddamn. And I think I'm just looking for another mod to demonstrate here. Honestly, I can't think right now. It's like 3 in the morning and I just wanted to make this video, so it's just been weighing on my mind. Other than that, you could probably go with a Bane mod, Bane of Corpus or Grineer, whatever you're going to be fighting. I would say I like using this against the Grineer way more than I do the Corpus. The Corpus suck against just anything, actually. I hate the Corpus. Not aesthetically though, but you could see already like how much damage this thing's putting out. It takes just a couple bursts to really take down a 105 heavy gunner. I know it's not like crazy high level, but I mean, if you're gonna be doing everyday content, just like, you know, your daily missions and sorties, this will definitely get you through. It is single target though, so you're not gonna be able to clear waves with this thing. This thing's not like a room clearing weapon. This is just something I like to play with. And here, I'm demonstrating the damage with the different fire types, like auto, semi-auto. You can still see it definitely can do some damage. The only problem I would say with this weapon is you have to reload often because it's only a 42 round mag and the reload's 2 seconds, so it does get a little cumbersome, I would say. And that was with heavy caliber on there, I guess. I didn't even know I slapped that on. So this is the config. I don't even know what config that is. I built this so poorly I can't even properly show off a slash build because I can't fit all of it. I need a forma and reforma. So here we go, sticking with the core, split chamber, serration, point strike, and vital sense. Wherever vital sense is, I don't. There we go. Now, you could just search the element if you can't think of what combination. So for viral, honestly, I don't know if 60-60 or 90-90. I don't know if 60-60 mods or 90 mods are going to be better in terms of element on this weapon. I just go 90 all the time because I just run corrosive. But I guess you could just use auto as a primer and just switch to burst, I guess, or semi, just because of the increased status chance. But I don't. But you know, just throwing ideas out there if you want to get a little groovy with the weapon. Yeah, you see, I don't have enough capacity. I haven't formed enough to really build, but I don't know why I put that there and just didn't put vital sense on the bottom left, but it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't have enough room anyway. So here I'm just gonna demonstrate getting the procs. I got it to half health. You can see the slash is doing its thing. Hopefully it doesn't stagger. There we go. Yeah, so a couple bursts. Still the same result whether I go corrosive or slash. It just depends on how you like to play the game. I'd rather just see them blow up instead of having to wait for their health to tick down because they could still do damage. Full auto, you definitely get a lot. I had a double take because I didn't realize how much status was being inflicted with full auto. I kind of underestimated it. But yeah, full auto does not disappoint. I rarely ever use it though. Burst fire is just better in my honest opinion. I think I'd prefer just using burst fire all the time. I do have primary deadhead on this config, so that arcane will definitely come into account during this next testing. But on the other ones I didn't have primary deadhead and I was still putting out a lot of damage. So in this config, the only difference is I have gal scope and Activist and mag. So I'm sure if you have primed mods and you want to go primed cryo and do a viral build, that this thing could put out a lot more damage. And like I said, this is just a 105 heavy gunner, but that was 3 bursts dead to the slash. Oh, my dog's getting some action in there. But yeah, once I get it going on the argon scope or galvanized scope, you could see that the targets are just melting. That was with semi. This is with automatic. They're just blowing up. I wouldn't say this is a great weapon for very high level content, just because I don't know if it is or not. Can't really hang in high level content, but I've been using it a lot to kill my Kubiliches and my sisters of Parvos, as you can see by my ephemera. It's been pretty much handling all the work for me. In terms of usability, I would say that it's pretty flexible in the way of having like a play style of, actually I don't know what I'm talking about, bro, but in terms of usability, I think it's pretty fun and flexible. You could switch between the burst auto and semi-auto for different effects. If you want to coat your target with status effects, you can go ahead and just go full auto. If you want to do semi-auto for bigger crits, or burst fire just for DPS in general, you know, it's pretty fun. Single target damage is very high. You can see the crit multiplier is at 9.4 because of my crit mods, the Riven, and that's not even accounting for, I don't even have a maxed primary deadhead or maxed galvanized scope or serration, so you can only imagine the full potential of this weapon is a lot better. I know I only tested on 105 corrupted heavy gunners, but I'm sure it performs pretty similar at higher levels. But yeah, I have a lot of attachment to this gun, and it's carried me for a very long time, so I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it unless I sell the Riven. Then I might have to swap it out for a weapon because I have no weapon slots either. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video, is just a look at this weapon, a nice overview. Anybody who is looking for a weapon for MR or just wants to play with something a little more different or fun, go ahead and try it out. Oh, I actually ran a test here. You can see that I'm getting these in 2 bursts with my Nova. That was 1 burst with my Nova ult, and I think I had power donation on. That was my speed of a build, so that's not even like full power strength, but you could just see the DPS potential. That's all I have to say. One final note is, if you're gonna use this weapon, don't expect to be room clearing or being like running through missions like crazy fast, because exterminate missions and all that still take a while. If you're relying on this weapon to do all the killing, you're not gonna clear a house. It's more single target, lots of damage and potential for good crits, you know, maybe for your assassination missions or killing Kubiliches or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching.
First rule of success: if you think things are going well, you've overlooked something. Hello?
Subscribe now.